Greetings from Aaron Layman Properties. Let's take a look at the North Texas housing market. Luxury homes and land continue to see solid demand here in North Texas. Expensive properties have been driving up nominal prices here for several months. March 2024 sales data shows average home prices in Denton County up 7.4% from last year. Now, before you get excited, most of the price appreciation over the last few months has been centered in the luxury home market and inflated land values. Zooming into normal single-family homes between 1,500 and 3,500 square feet, average prices increased by 4.1% over the past year. In fact, the average price for those typical single-family homes was $78,000 lower than the overall average, which includes all property types and sizes. New homes are still selling well as builders make price cuts and concessions. Resale inventory has seen a noticeable increase this year, rising 41% from a year ago. That increase translates to a 60% increase in terms of months of inventory. Builders will continue to have those incentives if they want to maintain the sales momentum. This week's red-hot inflation data means that we'll probably see even more home inventory on the market as demand gets curbed again. The North Texas housing market is holding up pretty well despite lagging sales. Closed sales were 15% lower year over year, but prices have been holding up. Pending contracts were pretty much flat in the most recent month. Some of the people are surprised that expensive luxury homes are still seeing a strong bid, but it makes more sense if you understand the expanding monetary base and the huge budget deficits propping up spending. Did someone say it's an election year? While the Federal Reserve has waffled back and forth in quantitative tightening, Janet has picked up the slack and kept the money printers flowing this year. With ample liquidity and stock prices near record highs, asset-rich consumers have shown they are more than happy to keep spending like drunken sailors. Landowners are still gaming the system for huge tax breaks. Luxury homes aren't the only property category seeing strong demand. Raw land continues to be a popular investment hedge here in Denton County. The property tax shell games available to owners of million-dollar properties are extremely lucrative for those who understand the loopholes. This is why we see Denton County landowners with real full-time jobs outside of agriculture sitting on expensive land while paying virtually nothing in property taxes on that same acreage. Average Denton homeowners could be paying $10,000 in annual property taxes for a typical single-family home, while an adjoining landowner pays less than $100 per year on property worth twice as much. Sounds fun, right? The ruse of uniform and equal appraisal. This is how Texas does uniform and equal appraisal, quote unquote. It's significantly different than the official version floated by the representatives in Austin. While many less affluent homeowners are getting hit with continued appraisal creep and higher property taxes, we have landowning speculators trying to sell land for over $1 million while paying only $5 in annual property taxes. This is the kind of insanity actually happening in the current market here in Denton County. Generous gifts and loopholes in the property tax code allow these owners to hold out for inflated prices while they destroy a significant portion of the local tax base. It's fascinating to watch, actually, because many of these same landowners are also holding themselves out as staunch supporters of business and economic development. What they really mean, of course, is that they support business and economic development as long as it doesn't infringe on their scenic views or cause them to pay property taxes like a normal homeowner. Financialization of housing fueling shortage of affordable homes. I've been pounding the table on financialization of the housing for several years, so this latest development was pretty entertaining. As readers of this blog or my monthly column understand, the shortage of affordable homes is much more complicated than the industry participants would have you believe. The shortage of available homes in the U.S. ranges from 2 to 5 million, probably, depending on which industry player you are talking to. The standard answer to the problem from most of these industry players is always more supply. More is always the answer. It's a broken record and disingenuous solution to a complex policy-driven problem. The example I'm about to describe goes to the heart of the housing shortage and the financialization of homes in general. My social media feed is scattered with posts from builder sales reps, but one recent post in particular caught my attention. A builder sales representative working for the largest builder in the country posted a 3-bedroom home for rent. My initial reaction was to query why the builder was leasing this home instead of selling it, since it was not a rental community. The rep responded that it wasn't the builder's property. Turns out, the sales rep and his wife purchased this house for their own investment property, directly from spec inventory, as a matter of fact. In the community, this representative is actually promoting and selling. If you don't understand the moral hazard of that setup, no amount of explaining will convince you that it's a problem. Inflation surprises to the upside again. March inflation numbers came in pretty hot. The official consumer price index showed inflation at an annual rate of 3.5% in March. Core inflation was higher still at 3.8%. The truth is that both numbers are probably understating real inflation. To see what I mean, just look at your costs for homes, automobiles, and health insurance. Wage and price inflation is firmly embedded into the U.S. economy. This is why many consumers' vibes are simply a reflection of reality. Real inflation continues to be higher than what the government is reporting in the official numbers. A recent analysis found that CPI last year could have been 80 basis points higher if the BLS had just factored in actual homeowners insurance costs in the consumer price index calculations. The gaslighting is even worse if you look at health insurance costs. The March 24 CPI change for health insurance showed a 15.2% decrease over the last year. You read that right. The BLS, or Bureau of Labor Statistics, wants you to believe that your health insurance costs actually decreased by 15% over the latest 12 months. It appears that election year politics will continue through November. The Biden administration seems to be willing to accept the gamble of higher inflation to keep asset prices elevated, probably in hopes that enough people will still feel wealthy. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home, remember that it could get bumpy. Elevated inflation means mortgage rates aren't coming down as some agents and loan officers were hoping. This will continue to put a damper on home affordability and restrict demand in the real estate market. It will also likely mean a rise in inventory. Not surprisingly, mortgage rates had a rough week following the latest inflation data. The rate on a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage spiked to 7.34%, according to Mortgage News Daily. That's it for now. If you're in the market to buy or sell a home, be safe out there.